Iceland is an amazing place, isn't it? Never have I seen such a strange landscape. Did you notice that there are hardly any trees?
Yes, of course I did. I felt like I was on the moon.
And we were so lucky to see the Northern Lights.
I know. That was definitely the best thing about the holiday. Not only did we see the Northern Lights, but we also saw the stars so clearly. What happens when you live in a city is that you never really see the stars.
Yes, the sky was amazing.
But what I found weird was the way it never got dark.
Well, that's not true. What happened was that it only got dark for a short time.
What I mean is that it was light when we went to bed and light when we got up.
Yes, that's true.
What I found shocking was how cold it was. Under no circumstances would I go back to Iceland. I was freezing all the time.
It's those kinds of comments that really annoy me. Is that all you can say about the land of ice and fire? What about the volcanoes and hot springs and glaciers?
All I'm saying is that I was too cold to enjoy them.
It wasn't cold in the hot springs, was it? That was my favourite part of the holiday.
Yes, that was fun. It was in the springs that I felt hot for the first time. Everywhere else was freezing.
Of course it was. It's Iceland. The name gives it away. What I love most about Iceland is that it's completely different. That's the kind of holiday I like.
Yes, I agree. It's good to see places that are different. But what I'd really like is to go somewhere hot for my next holidays.
Fine. The Sahara Desert? Hello again. In today's lesson, we will be looking at how to change the emphasis in a sentence so that you can focus on particular information. There are two main ways you can change the emphasis in a sentence. One is by adding a clause which divides the sentence into two. These are sometimes known as cleft sentences, and there are lots of ways of doing this. What we did was go to Iceland. The second way is by inverting the sentence, beginning with a negative expression. Never have I been so cold. Inversion is quite formal. Here are some examples of cleft sentences from the conversation about Iceland. You can see that there are several ways in which you can create a cleft sentence. What happens when you live in a city is that you never really see the stars. What happened was that it only got dark for a short time. What I found shocking was how cold it was. It's those kind of comments that really annoy me. All I'm saying is that I was too cold to enjoy them. It was in the springs that I felt hot for the first time. The other way of changing emphasis that we mentioned was through inversion. You begin the sentence with a negative expression and then invert the auxiliary verb and the subject. Here are some examples. Never have I seen such a strange landscape. Not only did we see the Northern Lights, but we also saw the stars so clearly. Under no circumstances would I go back to Iceland. So, knowing how to use cleft sentences is particularly helpful when you want to emphasize things in a discussion or when you are expressing your opinion. Inversion is useful too, but it's important to remember that inversion sounds quite formal and is less common in ordinary conversation. So, that's all for today. Thank you and see you again soon.